Welcome back, folks. We are back. We are back. It's time. It's time. Anyways, yes, life has been crazy. Life has been insanely busy, and I had missed doing the panel last week because life situations were still getting straightened out. And I apologize to those who had shown up or wondering. I had forgotten to fix the time proper to what I was going to move it. So here's making up for it tonight. And of course, this is the 25th episode of this excellent Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. And thank you all for being patient with me as I've gone by this. I see Mr. Knightson, D. Bud Martin, Pat S., Cold Era, and Lord Thoth. What's up, guys? Yeah, tonight we're just gonna keep it kind of just really. It's gonna be really impulsive. Really, just guys, just a bunch of guys just shooting the shit about what they're into, and it's gonna be comics, toys, all the works. Hey, the dude Lebowski. What's up, Nick? Everybody, what's up, Lebowski? It's such an honor to have the big Lebowski here. This is Jeff Bridges. Thank you. I appreciate this. You are awesome. So I'm going to bring in a few of our guys. We got more on the way as well later. So starting off, of course, he is the Iron Caster.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How's it going?
I was just looking for an excuse to show off the cup. I'm doing good. Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday. I'm so happy.
I am too.
I might actually get some time to play a video game.
Ooh, dude. I'm gonna talk. Let's see. Oh, yeah, sure. Ooh,
That's right. I'm playing Luigi's Mansion.
nice. So how's it going, buddy? I know obviously this Monday we got our horror movie thing coming up at what 6 p.m. You want to get that plug?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to get down with some horror movies and kind of feel a little inspiration from you, buddy. A little Toxic Tuesdays. Get into a little Monday movie matinee, maybe we'll call it.
Yes.
So I wanted to get into some fun stuff, and everyone does the slashers, and the Universal stuff's always the go-to. But there's some big icons. There are some icons of cinema that we still look to that we love, and I was like, well, they're horror legends, but people don't seem to remember that.
No, they don't. How quickly we forget.
So this week, for this week, coming up on Monday, I wanted to get into the great Christopher Lee and Dracula.
I love it. Seriously, I love it. No, dude, it's nice how we're going to take this old school. That alone made me extra enthused to want to tackle this with you. So I appreciate you inviting me, and whoever else we have on. It's going to be freaking fantastic. It's going to be great. I cannot wait to hit the ground running with that. And also, Night Sent, to answer your question, sir, I have not seen the tags. Maybe I get tagged at a lot of stuff, so I apologize. If you want to, just feel free to send me a DM of some videos and just keep reminding me, and eventually I will get to it. So I might not get to it, immediately, but just keep being on me, and I will get to it. Trust me, I will do it, and I don't care if you ever nag me about it. Just nag me away. This is video live proof with receipts attached saying nag me if you must. Iron Cats are heard it here first. So
get him.
Yes, get him. All right. We got a few other guys here. He has been here since day one of the Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. Mr. Pablo of Geek Tropology and Midnight's Edge Espanol, who was just with me on Toxic Tuesday talking Desperado. Pablo.
Howdy ho!
How's it going, dude?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Dude, I feel lucky to have had two times the Pablo in 1 week.
Hey, thanks for having me. What can I tell? I just watched Venom. Interesting to say the least.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it if you want.
It kind of feels like the end is missing. The final fight is lackluster. Also, Carnage never laughed, and that bothered me a lot.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
He
You're right.
never
He
ever
didn't.
laughed. So it was not the maniacal Carnage that I know and love.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that. Me and my girlfriend, we saw it this week, and I come from the comic book side. She comes from the normie side. So, well, I guess we'll talk about that as our first topic. So, I'm gonna bring in our other guys though, hailing from the other country. We wish him the absolute best. Well, and he is a fantastic bevy of videos that I have discovered recently. He has a hell of a channel that people need to catch. And he also had a birthday this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Mr. Greg Gregory.
Hello there. How's everyone doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Going really well. Super excited to be here. Saw you had a stream on. Thought I might be able to sneak my way in. Any chance I get a chat with my good friend Nick? I'm always up
Oh,
for. And
thank you.
yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Excited and currently going through Mouse Survivor Tales.
Let's zoom in on
Sorry.
that. Okay. Oh, that's what you sent me a message about earlier. Okay.
Yeah, just
Dude, that
a
looks
little bit of
cool.
light fun reading. Not heavy at all. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Art Spiegelman is phenomenal. I heard it was good, and I'm only about a quarter of the way through it now, and it's just I've never had a comic that's about mice be so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because it is based on what happened to his father, and that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the truth behind it is pretty good. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. Just shoot the shit, see what's going on.
Nice.
And thank you for coming on my birthday stream. Appreciate it very
Oh,
much.
dude, the pleasure's mine. You're a good dude, and I like what you're up to with your channel. You got some funny ass shit that people should know about, and you're a fun guy to talk with too. You know how to carry a conversation well. I'm glad to have you back on here, and it's nice to be sharing long distance drinks from America to Australia. Cheers, sir. Cheers. And also, I see Cold Air here singing them Rob Zombie lyrics. Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do there. And of course, last but absolutely not least, Mr. MVP. I just feel like Undertaker.
That was a pretty epic intro. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is spooky season, gentlemen, and the spookiest thing of all is Penguin Random House distributing some of the worst product that we've
I
ever
heard about it.
seen
I heard
by
all about
a
it.
comic book distributor, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But
Oh, we will.
that is the most horrifying thing that we've seen this Halloween season.
Yeah, no, that is. So I guess we'll start off with the first things first. So Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So me and my girlfriend saw it this week, and what was it that happened? Yeah, we saw it Monday afternoon, and surprisingly, even though it was Monday afternoon, dude, like it was not empty at all. There was a decent amount of people from Monday afternoon in the suburbs of Illinois. I mean, the theater wasn't the hugest room, and it was cool. We saw in a traditional seating theater, like the old school theaters. Yeah, we got to say, and so because our tickets were only $5, and my slushy, my large giant icy, where it was the mixed flavors, was only like $5 or $6 too. Like for a movie theater, this is a bargain deal. And that her popcorn, she bought the popcorn, I bought the drink. We're like, holy crap, we didn't go broke over any of this at all. So movie theater experience wise, we're all good. Movie wise, I thought it was fairly good. I definitely had some major gripes. Was it dumb? Yes. Was it very entertaining in many ways? Yes. Do I have one thing that has some big gripes? Of course, yes. Now, her as the normie, she really enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it, and she literally asked about some comic book runs she wants to check out. So I'm gonna work on getting her some books for when we hit our 2 year and our Christmas this winter. So I'm gonna set her up with some cool Venom stories that she might like. So it got her attention. I will say that. I'm happy to say it got the normie's attention. I explained to her, in some moderately deep detail what the actual story is with the symbiotes and the comic books, and it really intrigued her that much more. So I was just like, oh, okay. she really is interested. So no, but she came out of it like wanting to know more, which for what that's worth, I'll take that as a big victory in that regard. And Pat S here, I'll have Mr. Grant Gregory answer this one.
So it's currently 1:13 p.m. in the future, Saturday afternoon.
You're living the future, dude.
What are the lottery numbers?
Pat S. I seem to have a good luck charm with that. I have been to two of them in the last few years. Many when Logan came on 2017, I was at a traditional one in Chicago. It was right by when I lived in the city. By my apartment out there, there was one I lived by. I didn't even know I lived by. It was by a Peruvian restaurant. And that was fantastic too. But anyways, yeah, I thought it was fairly enjoyable. I mean, and this is a nitpick. I'll say it like Carnage. I don't. He's supposed to be so insane that he doesn't say we. He says I.
Yep.
And they went for the we in the movie, and I kind of looked past it, but still, I was just like ah. And it felt like the movie was way too short. Like it felt like there's a whole lot of story that was like taken out. Obviously, I don't know if there was. If there was, I haven't heard any word by it. There was like a bunch of shit taken out. There seems to be no word about there is, and usually we're at the point where they would say so. But I did like the setup for Toxin. The symbiote humor is hit or miss. There's some really good stuff, and there's some really not good stuff. I mean, I get the idea of the odd couple. It makes sense. Shriek was shrieking name, not even name only, and yeah, I'd say it's a dumb, entertaining flick. I'd probably give it like maybe like a 7 out of 10 at best. I mean, where are you guys at? Who saw it?
Oh, I saw it. I went and saw it Friday night when it opened up. It was the first. It was the first movie I got to go see with family, so it felt it had that return to normalcy there.
Yeah,
and
Normalcy,
I will say,
what's that? I haven't heard of this.
I'm so sorry.
Legends say.
Legends.
No, but you know, my biggest complaint about the first one was I hated the fight at the very end of the first Venom because you had two black silhouetted CGI monsters fighting in the dark. It's the same problem I had with Black Panther, and because you could at least see the fight in this one, I liked it more than the first one, and that was like the first thing I was really wanting. And wait, was that the Cimmerian you're put away?
Let's zoom in on that.
I just started picking those up.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you guys, but
yeah, he brought it up, so I was going to just work that in his favor.
Yeah,
guys,
Cimmerian,
don't sleep on those.
Yeah, the Cimmerian issues, people of the Black Circle. So each one of these stories, whether it's this one came out this week, they're all from the pulp novels by Robert E. Howard back in 1935. And every issue has the actual novelization in the back. So not only do you get like the comic book, but then you get the printed 1935 Robert E. Howard Weird Tales, September, October, November. This one was 1934. And so it has the full novelization in the back. So these are, if you want to read Conan, this is Conan.
Dude, nice.
So sorry, I didn't mean to get you guys off.
No, dude, you're good, man. You're good. But go on, Ironcaster.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the movie was missing an act. Like if they had Venom and Carnage fight, if they had Venom and Carnage fight, and then that caused Eddie and Brock to split up, that could have been a way to go. I think where they're not fighting in sync together.
Right. No, go on.
And then you could have them ultimately breaking up, only to kind of get back together and go back to being Venom proper. Like it seems like that should have been the arc they should have done. Or to kind of get a little spoilery.
No, go ahead. I think anyone who wants to see it will have seen it, and there will be those who are just kind of like, they have no dog in the fight. To be very fair.
Yeah,
there
that's
was
glam.
there was a part in the movie where, you know, for whatever reason, Venom was trapped under a big old some wreckage from the church,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it seemed like, you know, he's like, "Oh, we can't do it, we can't do it," and it's like, well, there was Dan standing right there. It seemed like they were gonna take that opportunity to make Toxin. Like that could have been an opportunity to make another symbiote to potentially make an ally to fight with them.
No,
Uh-huh.
they were
Uh-huh.
doing the Spider-Man
Set up.
scene. Yeah, no, the Spider-Man scene, I cannot do it. The same in the comics, in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, you know, where he is lifting a ton of fucking shit, and he's no, I cannot do it. Yep, that was the scene. It was exactly that on Venom. I don't know why they did it, but it was a Spider-Man scene.
All right. Well, Mr. Grant Gregory comes in here for $1. Says, love the panel. Yes, I am biased. Hail the best chat ever and blue wrenches. Long live Lemmy's ghost. Cheers and
Excellent.
beer, sir. Thank you. But yeah, no. I like the I mean, obviously, I noticed with Carnage, they wanted they wanted to cash in on the whole natural born killers because Woody Harrelson was a natural born killer, so they wanted to capitalize off of that. And Shriek was not even Shriek. She had the powers, but she's actually a mutant. And I just like, they just went by Francisca. And I was just like, no, you're Shriek. And she just wasn't believable as a Shriek. So that kind of took me out of the element. Like I said, the symbiote Eddie Brock chemistry was fun. There were some good elements to that. I mean, he does live it really always was a conflicted relationship with the symbiote because symbiote has instincts and urges, and Eddie Brock is the human that balances it out. So they obviously may have went a little extra over the top with it in this movie, but it is an accurate idea and depiction of the symbiote. Now, yeah, the whole Carnage stuff, like, you had one fight, and that was it. Like, I felt like there should have been, like, at least one more encounter to balance out to truly make Carnage feel like the grand threat that he truly is. And it didn't, it just kind of looks like, oh, he's Carnage, and now we gotta have the fight, and then it's over. It was really weird because this is one of the shortest, not just MCU, but just Marvel Comics films in general, at least theatrically released. I think this may be the shortest one ever. Like, ever. And it was nice to see, like, Venom, be the hero. And I was entertained with the whole the nightclub scene. It was funny. It was a very good way of telling the whole coming out thing. I mean, in normal context, it would probably be like, oh, hey, this again. But I thought the way the symbiote was acting was funny. It was one of the jokes that stuck for me versus a lot of the ones that didn't stick. But yeah, overall, it's dumb. It's ridiculous. And there's definitely a lot of work that could have been done on the CG. Like, a lot of work. There's a lot of work that could have been done on it. But I feel like, once again, 7 out of 10. And I see Mr. Jace Fox in the chat. What's up, dude? How you doing? Nice to see you here.
Well, Jace.
Hey, anything you want to add, Pablo?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. First of all, as I was saying, Carnage doesn't feel like Carnage, and Cassidy doesn't feel like Cassidy. And he having this love relationship was not that great. If they wanted to do it later and
Okay.
keep the character alive, that would have been fun. But him right now needed to be just a maniacal assassin, a guy that wants to go and make Carnage. And I didn't get that impression from him, even with all the we found the corpses and everything. But you don't see Cassidy doing that. You only hear that Cassidy did that, so it feels disconnected from him, and he's not as imposing as he should. After that, I noticed there's something that people may not even say about the coming out scene. Venom killed multiple gay people.
Yeah, he did.
Because the host
Yeah,
died.
he did. Yeah,
Wow.
see, that was great though. That was
I
great.
didn't know that.
I mean, he just leaves the bodies around, so you could argue
You
that.
can infer, yeah.
I mean, they say oh, they never assume anyone's dead unless you see a body. Well, we see the
We
body,
see the
but
bodies, though.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people were more upset that he called them weirdos.
So yeah, it's kind of weird that people pick up the things in a different way.
Oh, I know, right?
Nobody has ever said anything about that scene, and I was like, okay, no, he just killed a gay man, and he's possessing another, and he's dead.
Huh.
Yeah,
Two in a row. Two in a
Woody
row.
Harrelson's wig looked a lot better.
Hmm.
I mean, it was
Early
that
Indiana fro, yeah.
curly fro thing in the first one was.
Oh, that was awful.
I mean,
Awful.
they just cut off a mop and threw it on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this, like, because so I didn't see the movie. I just I don't know. I couldn't do that to myself or to Venom the character. But
Yeah.
do you guys feel like if they were to go the horror route? Hey, Klobby's
Yeah,
here.
Clover is here.
hey, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late, man.
Oh, dude, you're good. You're
Oh,
so
hell.
sorry. Of course you are. You're good, man. With me, you never gotta worry.
the evil overlord can be demanding.
That's fine. So
A
go
wizard,
ahead.
a
Go
wizard
ahead, man.
arrives. Yeah, a wizard
Sorry
arrives
to interrupt.
precisely when he needs to.
No, you're good,
I
man.
am so sorry. Hello, gentlemen, and Chuck.
Hail.
Hello.
Yeah, I was. I think if they went with a horror route with Venom, because he is so terrifying, and if they brought actually, because the first Venom movie, Eddie Brock didn't even know who Peter Parker was, which was kind of a disservice, I felt like. So if they brought in Peter Parker and if they made it a horror movie, I think that's when we would really see the true Venom. And also, I think if they were able to make him more of a serious character instead of this goofy, Guardians of the Galaxy, let's make some jokes. And that was that was my only issue with like the first one, and I was afraid that they were going to do that with the second one. So how do you guys feel about that? What like, and as far as what if they did that in another movie and kept him as this like villain, this truly evil, kind of symbiote villain, and made it a horror movie?
Full spoilers for the next Spider-Man movie. He's gonna go that route. He's gonna be the at
Yeah.
least one of the enemies. He also appears in the trailer for Spider-Man: No Way Home.
That's right. Yeah. I know they are introducing him into the
Yep.
the Marvel universe.
What's up, Zax?
What's up, Zax? Good to see you, dude.
So yeah, that's coming. I saw mutants are part of the Venomverse, not part of the MCU proper, because this is an alternate dimension, and that is clear after the end credit scene of this movie. Venom goes through the multiverse and actually goes to the MCU. So in his reality, mutants are a thing. We saw multiple mutants on screen. What else? There's a bit of foreshadowing to what's going on Morbius. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh God,
I
the
forgot
movie
about that.
with Morbius. Oh yeah, Morbius is supposed to come out. Which I actually like that character. Now here's a problem. When I look at that trailer, this is something I've had to say to many people. A lot of people don't seem to catch. I've done this little hypothetical of the Morbius trailer where people where the average Joe Schmo goes up to like a guy like one of us on the panel is like, hey, is Morbius in continuity? And my answer to Joe Schmo Normie would be, yes, it's not.
It's a definite maybe.
I like that. Yes, it's not.
Because they say it's in its own thing, but then lo and behold, you see Michael Keaton in there. Obviously, he was Vulture in Homecoming. So, I guess I was like, they might as well just not should have said anything. It's once again, it's just multiverses are timeline continuity and convolution, and I could tell this multiverse stuff, which I like it in doses. It's not something I could take of to the utmost max, but I could tell they want to cash in on that so they could try to make versions of the characters that they want. And I can tell they're already barely holding it together with the continuity that they're doing right now. They're barely holding together. And the cracks are going to really show when you see all this multiverse stuff play out. You may see one or two flicks get it right, and it's possible. But overall, more times they are going to miss with this shit. Do you guys have anything else you want to add with Venom, or should we move on?
I had a somewhat of a unique experience with Venom because I can't go to the cinemas. I actually happened to find a USB drive in the car park at Lucasfilms, and it happened to be on that. So that's how I managed to see it. And the quality wasn't as good. I didn't really see the last fight because it was very dark. But the thing that I spent most of the movie confused on was why is he angry at Eddie Brock for? I never understood it. I never understood his motivations.
Because he reveals where the bodies are. Basically,
wasn't he going to do that anyway? Didn't he hire him?
He was just trying to get the message to Shriek. So that was the whole plot. He tries to get a message that I'm still alive and I'm still thinking about you.
He's like a dungeon master who's mad that the players solved his puzzles too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see. I didn't. Maybe it was the poor quality of the USB being left out in the rain that made the footage not as good. But I didn't get that part of it, and yeah, I just thought, it's fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. And the fact that it's made so much money, I think it's because it's so short. You can cram, 4 more viewings a day in because of how short it is. So I think that definitely helps. And there's no way in the world Sony's ever giving up the rights now. They've got those for life.
I know. So Disney Marvel is stuck with Sony for as long as they want to use Spider-Man, which is the one funny thing about it in anything. So now, whether Sony ends up having something good, obviously, is a whole other subject, but we're not going to delve into that subject. But it is funny that now that they are stuck with them. They are stuck. Now that's the real odd couple. Marvel Disney does not want to be there. And Sony is kind of just like, yeah, we know you don't want to be here, but you want us, and you can't have us, but we're going to constantly give you little nibbles to tease at. Of what you can see we can have, we'll let you show a little, but you'll never be able to keep it.
Exactly. I mean, I think Venom was the best rom-com that I've seen this year. So.
The movie was so absolutely retarded. Like I said, I was entertained by it, but boy, was it fucking retarded. Like it really was.
You know what was not in the movie? A good scene of Cassidy's gun. There's only carnage. There was not a single good scene, and let's be honest, Carnage is a character that got his personality from the TV series. After the TV series, in every single issue, it was that Carnage. And when you had the Marvel video games on PS1, Spider-Man 1, he was the final boss. He
Monster Rock.
Yep.
I remember that.
He had the same personality you see in the comics afterwards, even when they were trying to make him a god for some reason. I didn't know what was there, but he was still Carnage. No, he's not Carnage.
I feel like I've totally missed something with the comics here because I've just been reading Xenoscope's Grimm's Fairy Tales for the last week or so. I've heard about some of the Carnage stuff with the God stuff. I'd have to look more into the context of it because I'm aware they lured into space territory, which for me, I could see that with the symbiotes being from space. If it means they're actually going to layer out where the symbiotes actually come from, maybe I can get with it. Maybe
they
created
the 10 Rings from Shang-Chi.
Oh, God. Oh, man. No, that shit's... Go ahead.
And then Ray shows up and says, and I am all of the Venom.
I am
I'm the bestest Venom ever.
Racing.
Ever.
How does Venom eat the other symbiote?
With his
How
mouth.
does that work?
This is, you know what? These Venom movies are kind of like action, like they're kind of like old horror movies, old dumb horror movies where you don't think about things, you don't apply logic. You just go in there and you consume it for an hour and a half, and then you just kind of forget, move on with your life. This Venom is the action movie equivalent of an old horror, mindless horror movie. And I see Mr. Dustin of Kettle Simple. What's up, Dustin? How you doing, dude? Nice to see you here, man. Thank you for dropping by. But for real though, it is that, you know how there's those horror movies that you don't think, you just kind of watch it, laugh at how stupid it is, and then you enjoy for its stupidity. This is the Venom movies. It's that.
Do you ever think Eddie burps up the heads of all the people that Venom's eaten? He'll be just sitting there one night going, "Oh, geez, that was that Asian fella I ate last night."
I think that was Mr. Chen. I just shit it out last night. Yeah, like it's yeah. And then once again, it's dumb. It's fucking retarded. But
You think
I
he
think
just
they
dropped
know.
Miss Chen? Like he dropped all the other bodies?
I don't fucking know.
So this
I
most
mean, these are the important questions that need answering, I think.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with these horror movies. You don't apply logic, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a Venom movie, and Sony knows what they're doing. They say, okay, don't make this woke, just make it big, dumb, stupid, retarded, and someone out there is going to consume it for that. And it did well. It's United States box office. It did. It did very good. And I went Monday afternoon with my missus, and she enjoyed it more than I did, and it made her want to look into some of the comic stuff. So I'd say send some stuff her way, which I have every intention of doing. So I guess you could say in some ways, if it's going to make someone want to read a comic book,
It's
I
a
don't
net
see
win.
that as a
That's a net
completely
win.
bad thing. So I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
that little win.
So
I don't
Nick, are
know.
you gonna introduce her to Maximum Carnage?
Ooh.
I think I might go the traditional route of I'm going to show her Secret Wars first, just so she understands the idea of where the symbiote came from, and then bounce from there. If I at least want her to show, hey, this is where the symbiote started. It originally went with Peter Parker, then obviously Eddie Brock, because there was this whole rivalry thing going on, and go from there. And if she stays interested, we'll go the extra steps. And right now, she's very interested, so we'll see if that maintains. She does like a good amount of comics, so I think she might actually hold some interest to that per se.
Because I think you should also, just for the sake of it, show her the red Super Nintendo cartridge.
Oh yeah, I had that when I was a kid. I totally had that game. Got me into Iron Fist. That game got me into Morbius. That game got me into Captain America when I was a kid. Because I remember if you need help fighting off some of the bad guys, you can call those characters to kind of give you a quick assist. I remember Iron Fist kicked the guys though. I remember Iron Fist kicked the guys. He would whoop, whoop. And I didn't care because when he did show up though, it was super effective. I will say that Iron Fist was very effective. And I remember Morbius would come down, he would just whoosh, whoosh type of thing. It was great. And yeah, and to further Wadsworth, what's up, Wadsworth? Hey, hell, I didn't know at the time it was an actual band. I thought Green Jelly was just like a developer that made the game. Then I learned, oh hey, when I watched my Cannibal Corpse DVD, Centuries of Torment, Paul Mazurkowitz, the drummer, is like, yeah, we're learning about all the bands. There's Green Jello, but then they turned into Green Jelly, which they did. They were Green Jello, then they became Green Jelly later on in life, and it's fascinating how that happens, in the world per se. And I liked all the secret rooms. I discovered Black Cat as well. Now, of course, I remember a lot of the villains: Doppelganger, Carrion, Shriek. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, was it Deathlock? Deathlock was in there too. Deathlock would do the shoot 'em outs. Yeah, Deathlock. Yeah.
Love him.
And Spider-Man was cool because he was fast. He got the fast moves. And Venom was effective because, like, even though he was slower, his punches were a bit more effective. You got to like do the San Francisco level, so I did like the way he could balance out between the two. And Venom kind of did that whole headbutt thing. If you could do the bring them together, then together, I love that, and I love that game for just for that alone. And I like how they actually took comic panels and they made it go along with the story. So it was nice to see a video game be very faithful to the story. I'd make the argument that the game was more entertaining than the actual story itself, but that's obviously that's a whole other argument for a whole other day. But I love that game. It's the game that got me into Spider-Man games because then right after that I got into the whole I think it was Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge when Arcade was the villain.
Oh,
like you don't hear about
yeah.
Arcade now, but Arcade was a huge deal in the early and mid '90s. You laugh at now, but it was a big deal just because of. It's amazing how one video game just does that, and Arcade was known for that video game, even though that game was terribly received at the time.
Right. Yep.
I'm surprised they didn't use Folsom Prison Blues for Carnage when he was walking out of the prison.
Yeah.
They might as well should have, like, for real. It would have actually at this rate it would have made more sense. Like, once again, they were trying to go for the natural born killers vibe because they knew Woody Harrelson could do the twisted relationship. They wanted it, and I get it, and it does make sense. So, despite how much I say turn your brain off, you could tell there were some key aspects of it where they said, okay, we're going to put some thought here, some emphasis on some. And they did, and no, it was fun, but once again, it was a retarded movie, but it was fun. And
Yeah.
that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I want to ask any of you guys. Did any of you guys read last week's? I know Klobby's not reading the new stuff, or and I don't know Grant's getting the boom stuff. But did any of you guys read the latest Berserker from last week?
No, I haven't.
I have not had a chance to read it yet.
Dude,
Like,
it
I've been-
was- It was really good. It was really enjoyable, and it was kind of tragic even.
okay.
How you kind of see his relationships and his loves
Yeah,
over the years, and
because
how
he wants
has
to be able to love, and he can't
Mhm.
love, and it hurt. And you see that hurt. You actually feel for him. I'm like, wow, this
Yeah.
actually packs some emotion. It was really cool to see. Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially him being what, like 800 billion years old, or however long it is. Like, I didn't realize that how old he was until I went back and read it the second time. It just didn't even dawn on me. Like when they, you know, how far back they said when he first did when he was a kid in the tribe and everything. Yeah, like I think it's fantastic storytelling. I haven't, as I said, I haven't read the latest one, but I've got absolute faith. It's the only that and Last Ronin are the only comics that I'm actually paying money for. Now, I mean, unless there's another hard drive I find in the car park, you know, who knows what ones I'll be able to see. But yeah, they're the only ones that I'm paying money to get, and when they're all said and done, I'm going to buy the trade of the whole lot, because I think something like that is definitely it's definitely worth the investment, because it's easy to look at the modern comic books and just feel all nihilistic and shitty about it. But you know, when you've got something that's that good, you've got to shout it like twice as loud, so half the people hear it. You know, everyone will hear you when you don't like something. But yeah, I think it's brilliant. I love the artwork. There's nothing about it that I could call, apart from the fact that I've just got to wait so long in between each issue. That's my only issue.
No, and that's fair. No, I really like Ron Garney's pencils on this, and like it shows you too, like between him and Matthew Kent and Keanu Reeves, like they're not a one-trick pony. As much as they love to emphasize on the hyper gore of the story, there is an emotional depth added to the story as well that really does give you that added substance. So it shows you they're not just about one thing, because you know obviously when they do the super intense action, it's really good and freaking mayhemic, but it shows you like, hey, we're gonna make you invest in this character in more ways than one, and you really do. You're like, oh shit, like man, this would suck living life, and it goes to show you, misses. You know, we all like to joke around, talk about, imagine if we could just be immortal, live forever, and then you're like, oh hey, maybe immortality isn't always as good as it sounds. Okay, it makes you think about like in a real life aspect.
It definitely
he's surrounded people that you know don't trust him, and they have an extra nefarious purpose to it. Like, and you know that, and we don't know whether he fully knows that or not. So it's truly isolationist when it comes to his story, and I absolutely love it. So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I'm glad you said everything you said, dude. I mean, I really enjoyed the issue, and they had a skip month because I know they put out a trade of issues 1 through 4. I'm sure the
really?
big collect. Yeah, they because when I picked up number 5, I saw they had trades for 1 through 4, and they're trying to keep a consistent team. Kenton Reeves on the writing. Garney on the pencil. So I respect them doing a skip month or 2 if it means having a consistent team. I will absolutely respect the hell out of that. So they're respecting a certain formula. So why not? And yeah, the book is entertaining. It really is. And I look forward to seeing where it goes. And I'm still intrigued. And obviously, what was it? I read Firepower. I've recommended it on here several times before from Kirkman and Samney. It's the martial arts book with the family. And dude, this particular issue that came out this week was just a free thread of just nonstop action. You had an old guy named God, not Ling Zan, Wai Lun. He basically jumps off like a springboard and he launches past a blimp. And he launches himself into a blimp. And you're like, that's so ridiculous and over the top, like something you'd see in like a Bruce Lee movie or Jean-Claude Van Damme, but it happens and it's super fun. And you're like, holy crap, an old guy just bursts through a blimp and he kicks ass. Like, that sounds so ridiculous, but it happens and it's great and it's fun. And the art is just simple and fun too. It's, once again, like, it's weird to have Kirkman do a story where it's not about everyone dying. And he's doing that.
That is unusual.
He's doing that this way. I think only one character in all 16 issues, plus the original graphic novel, only one character's gotten killed off. What?
How many zombies are there? He always finds a way of putting
Zero.
Zero. There you go. Well, good.
Yeah, no, I thought, no, it's all good, man. I knew everything was hectic with FNT, and that's why I decided I was going to run late, because I knew MF or Cocktail Lounge was probably going to start later anyway. So I'm like, we're just going to go anyways. And oh, look at that. Culture Casino. What's up, Culture? You got a shout out tonight on FNT.
Oh,
look at that. Oh,
nice.
Hail, Culture.
Hail Culture Casino.
Congratulations.
I will be on the Sunday Culture Review with
congratulations.
Mr. Culture Casino. I cannot wait because I even took off work to be on that. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be fun as all shit. Yeah, Berserkers kick ass.
Culture.
Yeah, Firepower's kick ass. We had a great time on Thursday Night Throwdown last night, actually, while we're on the subject. And Comics is like, hey, you want to take up the reins on my channel? And he gave me the mantle of being the Dick's Division lead for 2 hours. And he showed up for the last hour. That was wild. I never operated a chat with 130 people, but that was really cool.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, it was pretty weird, but I was like, holy
man.
crap. So this is what it's like from the air side. I got to use all the cool clips that Comics Division has, like, you know, to enter between chats. So I was like, holy crap, the power at my hand. Like,
what?
No, it was just, I felt so much fun. I felt like I had the Infinity Gauntlet with all his clips. Like, it was great. It was just awesome. But Grant, seriously, badass. You got the shout out. You absolutely deserve it, obviously and unshockingly. So we gotta get your channel launching, man. And before you know it, you're gonna have a lot of people watching. And they're gonna see the ridiculous videos you're making. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's insane. I went from took me 9 years to get 40 subscribers, and then I went to 140 like in 2 days. And YouTube's apparently knocked me back down to 115. But
oh man, they do that.
It happens. But to say that I'm humbled is an absolutely understatement. I just wanted to do some things, make a few people laugh, and meet some new people along the way. And yeah, I'm loving it. So, and get to meet all you fine people, and it's good to be able to see and talk to people that I usually just talk to in chat as well. And yeah, but yeah, that's insane. I don't know what to say.
No,
Nice.
dude. See, it was meant to be, man. You're gonna be you're hitting the ground running, dude. I'm glad to see your channel grow. You deserve the success.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna keep the ball rolling. Hey, man. I mean, if you ever want to come on a Toxic Tuesday, obviously this is me extending the invitation per se. If you ever want to come on, if not, no
There we go.
worries too.
Keep it here for later.
Oh yeah, because I got George Molo and obviously Mad Mardigan coming this week as we're gonna be doing a Chuck Norris flick and John,
Nice.
whoever John is, John for $1 says, "Hey guys, can I have a request for Nick Wise and Frankencaster? Can you show full design T-shirt you guys wearing out full screen standing each other? Thanks. Which one of you is this, John? And then Big Afford Entertainment. What's up, Bonzo? How you doing, man? Nice to see you here. Okay. I'll zoom in on me. Okay. So this is a Spider-Man Chicago flag.
Nice.
Love it. That's awesome.
Excellent.
All right, now let's get to Ironcaster.
Oh, let me get this. Let me clear the mist away.
Yeah, clear your mist away, dude. Clean up after yourself.
Nice. That's rad.
Going a little 90s here.
Looks good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
And my
Yes.
shirt's just blue.
Quick, get the blue
Which makes it
screen.
the best one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have done that. Blue screen it.
Just a floating head. So, did any of you guys watch the new DCU? Oh god! Hey,
The
there you go.
fandom. The fandom.
Yeah, the dumb fan, and I apologize for those who actually liked the preview, but
Did they
the
do
DC
that already?
yeah, they just launched the DC fandom or fandom preview, and it's like, you know, The Rock, and it's got the Batgirl actress and a couple the Flash actor, and they're like, you can't wait to see what we're doing in DC next. Like, and I'm just like, oh,
I
no,
wait.
no one wants
that
to watch
today?
this.
Or when did they do that?
Which Flash actor? The good one or the one that likes to attack pregnant women?
I believe the latter of the two.
The one that wants to fight.
Do you want to fight?
Oh, that's fucking funny. Hey,
Point of view.
Islington
Point of view, you
girl,
wanna
there
fight.
you are. What's up, Islington girl? Thanks for dropping by. I know you got nothing going on at Matt's Pace, so come hang out here for a bit. Oh, they're getting started. But anyways,
I got
thanks
the
for
puppet
dropping
for her.
by. Yes.
Who's
I
Stream
got the
tonight.
Islington girl puppet.
Oh.
It's actually more terrifying with the green screen on it.
Yeah,
Ah!
that's hilarious.
I've got a couple puppets.
Yes. All right. Oh God, what was I gonna say? Oh, so recently, who likes Cobra Kai here?
Oh, yeah, who
I
doesn't?
do.
Love it. Looking forward to it.
What you got?
So I bought these headphones a few days ago impulsively, and I'm like, okay, I got my headphones because my last pair went out during yelling at park cars on Monday night, and then, and only then, I saw something. It was like it found me, and I'm like, holy fuck, I need to have that. And then I did, and ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Wow.
are you fucking kidding? I kept it in the box just so I could show you guys. Look at the collection too. You got
Yeah,
Leo versus
everything-
Miguel, Ralph versus
Yeah.
John
Last time you had an
Kreese.
Ninja Turtle on screen, you pulled it out of the box. For the love of God, leave it in there.
Oh no!
Hell no,
They're
you
gonna
take it
come,
out.
They're gonna come
He's
out. They're
taking it
gonna
out.
come
He's
out.
not-
taking it out.
But you,
He opened
They're
his
not
90s
taking
action
them
figures.
Yeah, I just like I saw it. I'm like, man, I just got a new car, and I should be getting more toys. But well,
Worth it.
one
that was
worth
the
it.
only one at Target. If you're me and that's the only one at Target, what do? I'm just.
you did what you had to do, man.
I had to do what I had to do, and you
Wait,
know
did
what?
you ask nobody?
Whoa, hold up. All right, hold on. Bear with me here. All right, there we go. I had to do what I had to do, and of course, I pre-ordered this one months ago. I finally got the Mark III from Iron
Ooh.
Man, and I'm going to
Nice.
take this one out of the box as well. So you got the originals, originally the third suit in the first Iron Man movie. I still love the hell out of the first Iron Man movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
dude.
I'm like, I
That's a big one, yeah.
cannot. Yeah, right. I cannot wait to take this one out because I'm
Dude,
going to take that head
love
off
it.
and put the helmet on. I'm a
Yes.
guy like
Yeah.
I like my helmet,
Absolutely.
Iron Man.
I broke my action figure moratorium today too, buddy. So you're not alone.
Oh,
Well, you don't have one. So.
Man,
no, it's all good.
some people might think that I'm crazy, but I actually do like Iron Man 2. I really like.
Maybe not
There's some
crazy,
good
but I would have
scenes
to question you
with
there.
like, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
D-Bud, I sent it to Tom. I think I'm going to send it again because usually he freaks out when I send stuff, and I think he may have overlooked it, but I'm glad you reminded me. I'm going to send it to him again. But go on, Pablo.
Oh, I was saying there's some good scenes. For example, when uh, Bangkok goes, Tron's better. People makes
Uh-huh.
trouble.
He was
Tron's
terrible
better.
in that movie, though. Good God.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's so cheesy, and there's so many things wrong that I actually enjoy that movie a lot.
Yeah, I gotta admit, after going like 9 years without watching it, I watched it again, and I guess maybe things are so bad it didn't seem as bad as when I first saw it. But man, there's so much wrong with Iron Man 2, dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right. The Islington Girl, Lone Wolf McQuaid is our flick for Toxic Tuesday this week. And so far, of course, I got Mr. Mardigan as per usual. He's basically become my co-host. And Mr. George Molo will be on there as well. And guys, I finally ordered a collected edition of the very first Kevin Eastman Ninja Turtles run from the 80s.
Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, look at that cover.
I know,
Nice.
One day,
right?
man. One day.
This has issues 1 through 7 from the Mirage issue run, plus a Raphael Michelangelo micro one shots too. So I haven't had a chance to start reading this. And Mr. Clobberin, I want to see what you got.
I broke my rule too.
Nice.
Oh.
Nova.
Hasbro, you suck, by the way. Making this a Walgreens exclusive, making it very difficult to get. You a-holes. But I love Nova. I love Richard Ryder
He
Bronze
is the
Age
Nova.
Nova. He's the only Nova. And but they left one thing out. They always have to screw something up. It's a great figure. It's beautiful. But they did one thing wrong. And that would be they forgot the damn star on the back.
Oh.
Why
That
would you
needs
do
paint.
that? I have
Must have
an artist
ordered
friend
it
that
from
can
Wish.
do that.
Yeah.
You know what?
he-
I want to name my cat after Nova.
Yes,
Ah.
Islington, it was thick. It's very thick. And D-Bud, yes. Overall, though, despite the missing symbol on the back, it is a cool Nova
It's a
figure.
great figure.
So.
It's great. We had no idea it was going to be like that, and I still would have got it anyway if I'd even known. But you can't know until you get it out of the box. But yes, Walgreens exclusive is really annoying. They've done that with those last FF figures from 18 or 19, whatever that was, and it's really annoying. But I had to have this one. It's one I break the rules for because I love the real deal Nova, Richard Ryder, Bronze Age Nova, not that New Warriors one.
This might be a weird question. What exactly is a Walgreens?
That's a drugstore. So like a very drugstore chain in the States. They're everywhere. Yeah. And they do carry a few toys.
Okay.
You'll often see a Walgreens right across the street from Rite Aid. They're both drugstores.
I don't know if they got in Australia.
Down here, it's
Yeah,
also
no, sorry.
CVS. Yeah.
I thought it was like when you said Walgreens. It to me sounds like some sort of like health food shop or something.
Oh.
The only reason I know about that story is because South Park.
South Park. Yes. South
Like
Park
a
is so good.
Quay Pharmacy.
Dude, Quaid. This is the real. You think it's the real Quaid? It is. And for those who didn't see it last week but are here now, I already showed this a few weeks ago, but I'm just gonna show off again. This Michelangelo in the what's it called?
Navy.
Yes, the Navy. It's amazing how you put your hand in front of it and all of a sudden it looks less blurry. Yeah. Navy suit, Michelangelo. I'm a big fan of Mike. Obviously, he's my guy. and he's got the American
Nice.
flag. He's got a seagull that came with him too, freaking crazy seagull. So I'm like, man, you crazy seagull, you came with this shit. But hell yeah, it did, man. And that was a proud possession. And once again, for those in the chat who did not see this, dude, this masterpiece.
Dude, that's amazing.
You gotta give us a taste.
Yeah,
All right,
please.
all right. Since we're here, I'll find the right one here. Chuck Norris refers to himself in the fourth person. All right. Hold on. I want to find something super ridiculous. When the Incredible Hulk gets angry, he turns into Chuck Norris. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh my god. By presidential decree, every time Chuck Norris trims his beard, the whiskers are gathered and buried at Arlington Cemetery with full honors. What? I don't understand that one, actually. Superman owns a pair of Chuck Norris pajamas. Yeah,
Well, I mean, he's the only man that can defeat Superman, so it makes sense.
Chuck Norris. All right. Freddy Krueger has nightmares about Chuck Norris. Of course he does. Oh, I saw. I tweeted this one earlier, but I'll say it to everyone: Chuck Norris only keeps Jackie Chan alive because he likes to watch Chris Tucker movies.
Jeez.
Chuck Norris was one of the original members of Wu-Tang Clan, but quit because they weren't street enough. Chuck Norris had sex with your mom, and your dad gave him a high five. Chuck Norris gargles with antifreeze. What the fuck?
Oh, it was a fun era of the internet.
Chuck Norris ends every relationship with, "It's not me, it's you." Alien vs. Predator is an autobiographical depiction of Chuck Norris's first sexual experience.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
I
Chuck
mean,
Norris can put a quarter in his ass and then shit out a dime and 2 nickels. There's a 5-cent charge. What the? If you stare at the American flag long enough, a 3D image of Chuck Norris pops up. Oh my god. Chuck Norris was the original Danny Tanner on the hit family sitcom Full House. He was replaced by Bob Saget after an unfortunate incident with one of the Olsen triplets. Oh!
Wow.
Dude, I still remember that time of the internet. There was one that was Chuck Norris assisted his own bird. Instead of a slap, he gave himself a roundhouse kick.
Yeah. Dude, Chuck Norris is not hung like a horse. Horses are hung like Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris does not file income tax. He merely mails the government a headshot.
Chuck Norris doesn't sleep. He waits.
Chuck Norris's tears can kill cancer. Unfortunately, Chuck Norris never cries.
Chuck Norris's last option is violence. It is also his only option. Chuck Norris won a staring contest with Medusa, and there's even artwork to back the claim. Oh my god, that's really good. When you open a can of whoop ass, Chuck Norris jumps out. I've owned this book for 14 years, and I forgot how ridiculous this shit was.
You're definitely getting your money's worth.
Oh, I know, right?
Nick, I've got an idea for you in the private chat.
All right, well, I'll have to take a look at it. Chuck Norris facts need to be a super chat reward, dude. Right? No, they should be. They absolutely should be. Whenever Chuck Norris's wife asks him nicely to do the dishes, he throws them in the garbage and tells her she looks fat.
Wow.
That's a Mad Mardigan joke. Wait, come on.
That was fucking illegal.
That was as raging of the machine as that one gets. Like, I'm actually amazed. I really just the Islington girl here says, "Don't lose this book," and then Coach can say, "Are there boobs here?"
Yes. Yes. There are.
Oh my god. When the boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris once played Jenga. The result was the Empire State Building. What?
Oh, I thought that was going to go in a completely different building in the same city.
I don't think we can ever forget that one.
Chuck Norris clogs the toilet even when he pisses. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know why, but I just imagine it being chunky for some reason.
Hey, guys, Chuck Norris remembers the Alamo, and he isn't happy about it. When Chuck Norris's shit hits the fan breaks. That is so
That one works.
I know, right? Chuck Norris was supposed to be the next face on Mount Rushmore. Unfortunately, granite is not hard enough material to replicate Chuck Norris's beard. Oh my god. Chuck Norris once ordered a Big Mac at Burger King and got one. What? Chuck Norris doesn't give Christmas presents. If you live to see Christmas, that is your Christmas present from Chuck Norris. Oh my god. This shit is written. Wow, I'm very lucky I've held this book for 14 years. The saddest moment for a child is not when she learns Santa Claus isn't real. It's when she learns Chuck Norris is. Oh my god. Chuck Norris once had a heart attack. His heart lost.
Oh man.
Chuck Norris does not know where you live, but he knows where you will die. He knows where you will die. Oh my god. Water boils faster when Chuck Norris watches it. Chuck Norris once visited the Virgin Islands. Shortly thereafter, they were renamed the Islands. All right, guys, I got to check on something real quick. I'll be right back. Go ahead and carry the conversation. I'll be quick.
Go for it.
How do we follow Chuck Norris, man?
Chuck Norris is so tough that he sleeps with a pillow under his gun.
Oh, man. The internet used to be so fun.
Yeah.
Nick, what the hell? We got to follow this now.
Well, Chuck Norris is actually in the chat room.
Oh.
He's in our chat
Oh
room.
yeah,
see him?
I do,
Yes. You know who he is? Did you guess which one? All of them.
All
He's
of
Chuck
them.
Norris. He can be whatever he wants.
I, for one, will be watching Invasion USA today when I get off the stream.
Why?
It's a Chuck Norris movie.
That's true. And he told you to watch it, right?
Of course.
Okay, well, that's good. You better do it then.
Nah, the other day
I mean,
we were doing the Desperado
Right, chat?
stream.
Which one of you is telling us to watch Invasion USA?
Well, that's not on Toxic Thursday. You're supposed to watch what is it, Lone Wolf? McQuacker or whatever? McQuaid? Yeah, that's it.
I don't. The other day, we were doing the Desperado stream, and I show everybody the clip of the kid saying, "Walker told me I had AIDS." Have you not seen that?
What?
Yeah.
There's a small kid that says, "Walker told me I have AIDS." It's part of Walker Ranger. Really? No. Oh, come on. No, I need to show that clip in this show too.
I mean, if Chuck Norris was as powerful as what he is, Jared Padalecki would have been killed for his portrayal of Walker. That's all
That's
I'm
true.
saying.
Yes. He should not be allowed. No one else should be allowed to play Wanker Texas Ranger. I mean, Walker Texas Ranger. Sorry. I can't believe they make a remake of that of all things, and he allowed it too. By the way,
Yeah, I
Chuck
never.
Norris allowed it. Why?
Well, I mean,
Exactly
he
why.
needed some more money because he's total
Did he?
was it Total Fitness gyms weren't selling anymore.
Oh, okay. So he just tight for the money. Gotcha.
I thought that was Bowflex that he used.
No, it was like Total Fitness.
No, Total Fitness, the one that you pull your own weight. Bowflex is the one that has
okay.
the big rollers in it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are
okay.
those the informational ones?
So he needed the bucks, huh? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. There you
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day when cancer dies of him.
go. There you go.
Be the best day when
That's a
cancer's
good
gone, man. That's a victory and a half. Like, are you kidding me?
Does
But-
he know all these jokes? I mean, I'm sure he's heard them at some
Oh,
point.
he knows. He knows. Yeah, apparently there's some using the Expendables when they came out.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
sequel.
Yeah. Which one?
Yeah, he wound up coming up on screen at like a key moment, and he has this whole monologue where he's like, I was left in the desert, and I while I was out there, I got bit by a venomous rattlesnake, and after 7 grueling days of excruciating pain, the rattlesnake died.
Oh God, yeah.
Which one of the 20 sequels was this to?
2.
And in 2, I could have swore I saw 2. I saw the first 2. Okay, he was in 2.
Didn't
in
they
two.
greenlight?
Okay.
Didn't they greenlight a new one recently?
A new
I don't
Haley Joel
know.
Osment.
Oh yeah, Haley Joel Osment. Yeah, he was when he hit that clip of what he said about the AIDS. That shit was so fucking. That shit was so fucking funny.
So good.
So what was it called? What have I've been going back? I've been going back to reading Innocenti Daredevil. She
Why?
created Typhoid. Why?
No,
Because
I'm just kidding.
I like Typhoid
I'm
Mary.
just messing with you.
I was gonna say I stand by that.
Oh
I
man,
mean-
that was this was
Yeah,
after
Nick,
Miller
why are you
left,
reading
man.
good things? God.
I don't know,
Obviously,
you really did like that run though.
I
Some
do.
did.
No, I
Okay,
really
that's
do. Obviously, it's not as good as Frank Miller's run. Obviously, she was left with a giant task to fulfill.
No,
but
I understand.
I truly, genuinely enjoy that run. Obviously, it's not as good as Miller, but I really enjoy that run of comics that she did. I have a few
no, a lot
minor
of people did, buddy.
whips.
Just messing with you.
Oh yeah, I have a few minor quips, but overall, I really enjoy that run. I've been enjoying Daredevil. I'm on a Daredevil reading binge. I'll go on these like phases while I'll just read nothing as far as like Marvel goes.
Wow.
It'll be like a Daredevil binge, and
That's a
I tend to
coincidence.
go with like, whoa, what are you doing, Miller?
I do it. No, this Monday night I'm doing pre-Miller Daredevil.
Oh,
But I'm also planning to do the Miller one. If you're game, dude, I'm gonna do when I do the Miller one and the Miller Influence one. I'm gonna, of course, talk about the TV show, which I just watched all 3 seasons again for the first time.
Oh.
If you wanna hang for one of those, man.
I might be able to stop by if you are okay with that because I do have some stuff before and
It's a
after.
Monday
Obviously,
nighter, but yeah.
I obviously got yelling
that's
at
right.
park
You do Monday
cars.
nights. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I can at least drop by just to have a
That's
piece.
cool.
And
No.
if
I can do a
but-
different night.
Okay, we'll have to figure out a big Daredevil night. And maybe who knows? Maybe we could somehow try sneaking Razor Fist in there just to really enhance the Daredevil. You know that guy, as he said, the word Daredevil is like a dog whistle to him. You just
You
just
think
gotta
he would
say the words.
join a little bitty channel like me? I don't think he would, but he is pretty cool. And I would love to talk Daredevil with him. This is,
Tell him that you want to talk to Shadow as well, and you've got a guarantee he'll be there.
Oh yeah, right.
I will
It just-
definitely do that with him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say right. The show. That's a good. Yeah, it's a good one.
But see, no one
with
ever
Razor
gives
Fist?
any. No one
With
ever.
Razor Fist, you can talk about a video game called Thief.
Well, no one ever
Just-
talks about the pre-Miller Daredevil enough. So I need some love. So, but go ahead, Pablo. I'm sorry.
Oh, if you haven't played, it's a PC game, really old. It's called Thief Deadly Shadows, but you can actually get it. Thief the Dark Project. Thief Deadly Shadows is the third one. You can get it as Thief Gold on Steam, and there's a patch that makes it playable on current PCs, and it's really, really good, really old school, really fun. And the only person on the internet that I know that loves this game as much as I do is Razor Fist, because there's times when he will actually go with print screens of what he's playing, and he's always playing one of the Thieves games. So
Yeah, well,
that
that was
is
the game that put Looking Glass Studios on the map back
Yep.
in the late 90s. So
exactly.
I've been
They
able
were
to find it for as low as 98 cents on GOG.
Yep.
I want to add about the Shadow. I've been listening to his audiobook of Double Z that he put up about a month ago. I'm on chapter 11 or 12 now, and I'm really amazed, not just obviously with how good the story is, but how good he is at reading a story like that. He pulls off all the different voices. Like obviously with 10 or 11 chapters deep, he's had all these different voices doing. He pulls it off. Like he's got the mobs for voices. He's got a great voice for the Shadow. Like Double Z, he's got a great voice for Double Z. It's just like holy crap! It's a really fun story to listen to, and it's kind of like put me in this world between that and his whole video he did. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago about embracing the pulp and rejecting modernity, which I wholeheartedly agree with him on. Of course I do. Like, and he had a point. Like he was. It's funny because he obviously he's very critical of things, but he also does try to look for solutions within his rants, and that's exactly an ideal thing. And Razor Fist of all people, he's being a hero that we need. But I say, hey, look at yes, this sucks. Let's get our system, but hey, look at this badass shit. He had my attention with that Dave Stevens Rocketeer book. I want to check that out.
You should, dude.
I've never read that.
It was one of the greatest comics at the time, but it was very frustrating when it first came out because the first issue was in the backup of a book called Star Slayer for Pacific Comics, and it took forever for each issue to come out. Dave Stevens, bless his soul and rest his soul, he was a great artist, but the comic took forever, and there weren't a whole lot of those comics that he was able to do before he all of a sudden, boom, gets a movie made because Marvel tried to destroy him. By the way, it's a long story with lawsuits over it.
So of course they did.
But anyway, great comment.
No, I'm gonna find that book, and I will definitely eventually read that shit because that had my attention. Oh no, I'm gonna make sure it's Dave Stevens. Trust me, he made it very noted on that video how nothing else exists because of course Razor Fist. What do you expect anything less?
The video, of course, we're talking about is his talk to embrace pulp, to go back to a lot of the classic characters. Which I showed that to a coworker. He immediately went out and bought the collection, that Rocketeer collection. So I'm gonna be able to borrow that from him when he finishes it up.
Right.
Absolutely, man. Way to go.
Seriously, so badass. No, and that's the thing. I mean, obviously, we're looking for things that are newer, that rather, we have our moment to vent, but we try to look. Hey, what else is good out in the world that I could get into this and check that out. Like obviously, Boom has put out stuff that I enjoy. Image is hit or miss. The stuff that I like, I really like, and the stuff I don't like, it's just like eh. And whenever DC decides, hey, we'll put out more Blue and Gold, I'll read Blue and Gold. So I'll enjoy that. But yeah, it's and of course the last Ronin. We got the last issue on the way, which Kevin Eastman said it will come out in February of 2022. So that's officially the longest wait of the bunch with 5 months, because usually the ours were all 3 to 4. This is a 5 month, so.
Just make it a 100-page issue and I'll be happy with the wait.
I was going to say, it'll probably be like another 45, 50-page issue, but as long as it's good, and I do believe with the page count that they naturally have organically, I think they should have no problem trying to wrap up a story, and they're on their way to second the landing. They just got to make sure they don't try to fumble it, fourth quarter, 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
At least here's what I've seen though, or what I've been told with Game of Thrones, people were starting to see the writing on the wall, and then everything just kind of kicked into gear with that last season. With the last one, it doesn't feel like they set up anything for it to go downhill. They have set it up for success. So they're going to work even harder to mess up if they have that intention to do that. If they're going to mess up, they're going to have to put in some extra work to mess up. Now, will they? Could I put it past them? Oh God, I don't want to say that it can't happen, but it's possible they will go that far to do it. But I hope it doesn't, because it's been a great book, and I can't wait to see how it ends. Like, if you think about it, we're already a month in already. So we have, instead of 5 months, we have 4 months. 4 bloody months. And Mr. Cassidy, I saw you saw did you scoop the Priest comic, or you just take a look at it?
Oh, I didn't pick it up, but I did see it on at my local shops. Got it. My shop has a rack of just like the last like month or so's comics.
Yeah.
And I was going through picking up a bunch of the Grimm's fairy tales, and I did not pick it up, but so I'll ask, what did you think of it? Did you pick it up?
I took a look at it, and it was intriguing. I was at the very least intrigued. I gotta go back there, and I'll probably just snag it. No, I help my buddy Keith out. That's his shop, so I'll probably check it out, because I know Testament put out a comic. I know Motorhead has put out some comic stuff before as well. Iron Maiden obviously have. Who else has? I think Anthrax has. Anthrax had Alex Ross do like covers too to it, because they've been using Alex Ross since 2003. Yeah, 2003 as far as covers go. That's been their guy. It's Mr. One Alex Ross.
If it's an Alex Ross cover, it'll sell.
Yeah, and it does. Yeah, no, that's the thing. They just throw that art on there and be like, "Oh, hey, I've seen it somewhere before, but I do not know where." And they go, "Oh, well, it was Mr. Alex Ross, boo boo. It was Alex Ross. Yeah, hey there, boo."
I gotta say, I am really grateful for a lot of these indie comics that have been coming out, because it was Berserker and The Last Ronin got me to go back to my shop. I've now got a pull list for like 5 books.
Yeah,
None of which are Marvel or DC. It's all just it's all like second and third string companies. Like I've got some stuff from Ablaze. I've got some Image, Boom. I've become a big fan of Boom for the paper alone. There's just something about the paper quality they have.
The paper quality. I second that. I agree. The paper quality on the Boom books is really good, and it's perfect for when you look at a book like Berserker too, because it doesn't feel like cheap, like really ultra less than a penny's worth of paper. Like, it really feels like a nice thick, spined, bended comic book. So I'm aka the floppies. So I enjoy it. I really, really do. And hopefully Boom will stay the course as they get bigger, because they are growing. Boom has definitely had a big surge since books like that, Once in Future, Something is Killing the Children. Boom have been, booming. They have. That's the facts of life type of thing. They're booming, and indies are where it's at between that, Indiegogo, which I backed Inglorious Rex, by the way, from Shane Davis. That looks so freaking good. I cannot wait to check that book. I mean, the whole thing with the dude in a suit and being a fighter, come on. That sounds ridiculous. Lee Great. I needed that whiskey.
Oh no!
I really. Hey, 0 Hour Discussions with Mr. J.M. Cruz, the Ale 32 flavors. Thanks for visiting our early stream. I'll do it. It's the least I could do, man. I was taking a 10-minute break at work. I'm like, oh, hey, I should drop in, because I never ever get the chance to. So it was the least that I could do for you, Sir Cruz of the Jams. Appreciate that. Wadsworth here. I thought about backing that one. I just got it on Rainbow the Brute. Yeah, I saw. Obviously, I'm very well aware of Rainbow the Brute. Just something about Inglorious Rex. It just spoke to me. It looks very mayhemic. It looks very fun. Looks like there's going to be some pretty severe matches. And hopefully,
looking at it now,
dude. No, it looks really good. I backed it the day he launched the campaign on EVS's page. I was like, this looks fucking good. I'm gonna just take the chance and back it, because I know a lot of people took the chances on John Malin's Godlike, and that does look good too. Maybe I'll eventually back that one, but right now, Inglorious Rex is the thing that is like holy fuckery. Every fiber of my being is all in that book, for real.
I just found out some terrible news.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
My one of my favorite comic books is getting an adaptation.
Uh-oh.
Quantum and Woody.
Oh. Okay.
It's being done, and they've got Joel McHale playing Woody.
Oh boy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So,
Yeah, we don't need all that.
I mean,
Man.
Woody's a kung fu master. I don't think Joel McHale even knows how to throw a punch.
Probably not. Wow.
Hire Chuck Norris. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Hire
Have
Chuck
any of
Norris.
you read?
It's a Valiant book,
or-
right?
Sorry.
It's a Valiant comic.
Yes,
right?
Valiant. Yeah.
Yeah. I know of it. I never did read that. I read
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of the
done
Valiant
by oh my god, Christopher Priest.
stuff. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of just like one-off stories for years, and then he finally got his own one. It's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basic story. Two guys. They're brothers. One's black, one's white. The white guy was adopted by the black military family. He's a bit of a troublemaker. Stuff happens. Years later, the two brothers come back together when their father dies. And it just delves into them trying to solve the crime of that. And one's really straight laced and one's really goofy, and they play off each other really well. It's definitely worth it. It's got a fair few issues, and there is a fair bit of filler that they do later on, but overall, it's one of my favorites.
Nice.
Never good news with modernity, as has been mentioned by Razorfist. When something that you like from comics is being, I guess we could use the word adapted for lack of for the kindest term. Yeah, it's never good news.
Yeah, especially when they use
Lately.
terms like contemporary, reimagine,
That's the word.
modernize. Yeah. That's when you're like, oh, well, thanks for letting me know that it sucks. Thank you.
Yes.
They may not in your
What was the
little
Spike
words,
Lee
but they're
term
very
you used?
figurative.
Spike Lee used the term when he was doing Old Boy. It was like, was it a reimaginate or something like that?
Or
It was in the-
reimagining it. Another one of these words, the re's and the something ings. Yeah. It's all just another way of saying it sucks, but we're hoping that if we change and tell you to accept it, they're gonna accept that. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to whisk this idea of what they want to be the mainstream thing to be sold. Obviously, it is mainstream in terms of who controls the conversation, but in terms of the vast majority enjoying it, it's not working. It's really, really not. That's not even close for dispute. But if you know someone who doesn't like Chuck Norris, you won't know them for long.
No.
I see the Basco scenario. What's up, Gaskar? How you doing, man? Oh my god, this book is so freaking insane. Hold. Did I hear a chicken?
Chicken.
Yes, that's my chicken, Cluck Norris.
Cluck. Looks like a guy you said. So I thought you were gonna say Cuck Norris, but he's not.
No.
He's not really much of a cuck, though.
No one would say that Cuck Norris and live.
Yeah, right.
It was nice knowing you, Nick.
The roundhouse kicks would be very real up. Hey, Makani. Evening, Nick. Happy Friday, guys. Thank you, Makani. 90, aka Makani Jaws.
And
Thank
happy
you
Saturday
for
to you
dropping
too.
by. Fuck. Dude. Alright, Caster, did you score anything recently that we should know about?
No, I don't really have it. I haven't had anything recently of note. The only thing I really got on hand with me right now to share, and this was kind of an idea I was wanting to try and push to help encourage some recommendations. And considering that we're in October, spooky month, and I'm going to be talking about vampires Monday. I figured, why not get
God, I love
the
those
bat?
movies.
His ears are huge.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, Kelly Jones,
he loves doing that.
a poor man's Bernie Wrightson. Yeah.
So to give you the quick cliff notes, Batman fights Dracula
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and becomes a vampire himself.
Right. Yep.
Why?
I could see the vampire thing happening for a temporary status quo.
Well, it's an Elseworld, so
Yeah.
we can kind of do what we want with it. But
Ugh. Toxic.
it's
What's he eating? Is that like
He's
a
eating rats.
chimichanga? Oh, okay. Then hold on. Chimichanga's Deadpool.
Okay, that vampires that I did like.
Yeah. Catwoman's in it too, and they do things with her.
Nice.
If you had Catwoman around, you will do things with her too. That's all I will say.
Just look at that art.
I looks like
Shadowing.
this. I was gonna say it looks like the same colorist who worked on the Long Halloween. I can't remember who did the colors on the Long Halloween, but looks like the same colorist.
See who we had. Malcolm
Kelly-
Jones as the inker,
Okay.
and Les Dorshit. I'm sorry, I can't say this name. So you're gonna have to. Clobby can pronounce it.
Which one are you looking at here? All right. This
Les
was
Dorshit.
the Red Rain one was by Doug Mention, Kelly Jones, Malcolm Jones. They did, but that's Dorshide. He was a colorist. And then all these are Kelly Jones stories. Well, the art and Doug Mention. It was a 4-issue series, I guess, in the 90s. Was it 3? Okay. It was 3 issues in the 90s. That's, of course, a compilation of it. I never read it because I never was big on Kelly Jones or the concept. But you like it, huh? It was good.
Oh yeah, it's a fun one, especially if you want something different to try. Especially if you just want something to fit for the Halloween season, and
Mhm.
you've already read the Long Halloween. You might as well just go a little crazy and say, what if we made Batman a Bat Man?
Yeah.
Batman.
Once on Batman Brave and the Bold, they showed that Batman like for a split second. They showed
Oh
all the different
yeah,
Bats. Remember that when they showed all the different Batman?
I'm on the big
Yeah.
screen. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do
Pablo.
with my hands.
Exactly.
Pablo.
Hey, what's up, man?
So, new or old, has there been anything that you've been like looking at, reading at that you're just really into that you feel like, you know what, maybe someone on the panel is not aware or someone in the chat may not be aware? If so, share said item to plug in.
Out of late, I have not been reading that much comics. I have been reading the book Dune. It's really good.
The Doom book or the comic?
No,
Boom.
the book. So
Oh.
I'm almost finished, and goddamn, that's an amazing book. I never thought, with the movie coming out, and Diego on the channel is a real fan of the books and everything. I thought, well,
Yeah.
why not? Why not give it a chance? Also, Paulie told me it's really good, so I started reading it, and goddamn,
It
crazy
is
good.
that good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is that good. So if you have not read it, please do.
Oh. Well, you got my attention then, Pablo.
Yeah. Other than that, I have been playing old video games. That's all. A game that I remember from my childhood, a DOS game called Mimi and the Mites. It's silly. It's fun. Yeah, and some Mega Drive games. Yeah, I guess that's what I have been doing this last week and a half.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, Daredevil.
What about Daredevil?
No, I'm just watching the screen, man.
No, it was
Devil.
Was Born
Even though
Again the
I'm gonna
one
be talking
where
a lot.
what's her name dies of a heroin overdose?
She doesn't die, but this is
Oh yeah,
even
yeah.
though I'm not gonna do Miller Monday night when I do the pre-Miller one. This is to me Miller's masterpiece of every comic he's ever done. When he went back for 7 issues, many years after he left the series, and did a book called Born Again, which they borrow heavily from, especially in Daredevil's third season of the Netflix series. This is a masterpiece. Of course, there's the first cover to the first trade paperback compiled, and I bought these are the regular issues though. And it was funny. Marvel was kind of worried because Miller at this point had become even a bigger name than when he'd left them. And it's funny, you see these issues here, but by the time we got around to the fourth issue, Marvel was afraid he wouldn't put him back in the costume. So no, he'll get a costume again. But this is just it's probably for me, even though again I love the fun-loving Daredevil before Miller, and it needs focusing. This story right here is one of the greatest comics ever written, in my opinion. Superhero related comics. It's just, and the great thing is Miller doesn't draw it. Dave Mazzucchelli's art, who worked on Batman Year One with Miller, did the art, and it's just extraordinary. I don't know if it's a popular book, so many of you may have read it. I don't know, but if you haven't, I highly recommend Daredevil Born Again. Very easy to obtain.
Oh, it's just like that. The rest is history.
Yeah, it's been reprinted ad infinitum since it appeared back in
You gotta buy the rest to find out.
7 or 8.
Pablo, anything you've been new or old that you've been enjoying that people in the chat and on the panel should know about?
Me again? Yeah.
Nick is feeling generous today. You get a second.
By the way, if you have not seen at least season 2 of the First Doctor, please try watching the Dalek Invasion of Earth.
Oh,
It's one
yeah.
of the darkest seasons, and that arc specifically is damn dark and damn amazing. So give it a watch.
There you go. Awesome.
You know that Peter Cushing movie adaptation of it isn't bad either.
By the way, we're not plugging in. I'm just giving in some
66?
recommendations. So you probably got like a half hour left. Mr. Grant, anything you got? No,
Peter
that
Cushing
you're
doesn't
obviously
matter.
you showed Mouse earlier, but anything else you're into that we should know about in the chat?
Mine's a little bit more out of left field sort of thing. There's a comic from 2018, 2019 by Mika and Dolfo, I think it is. It's called Unnatural. It's essentially a story of animals as people. The main character, Leslie, is a pig.
Okay.
And it's done in the style of like a young adult sort of style comic. It, unbeknownst to me, by the third issue, it's somewhat a little bit erotic with a certain thing. She has a relationship with the big bad wolf, and she's a pig, and that's forbidden. But the storyline behind it, she gets framed for murder. She's on the run. I find it really intriguing.
Which book was this?
It's Unnatural.
Oh, I read the first couple issues of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to issue 5 at the moment. So, it's as I said, it's there are certain panels in there where it's essentially a pig lady and a wolf man enjoying each other's embrace, which is it's a little bit out there. But story wise, I'm enjoying the story for what it is. I've just been looking for things that I would never want to read. I mean, I read Secret Wars for the first time last week.
Which one?
From '84. So, and just fell in love with it and realized the depths of the characters that were around. And I mean, the way that I'm looking at it now, when something like the Clone Saga is considered good writing compared to what's out now, is,
masterful compared to that. Masterful.
Good point.
That gave us Ben Riley, so.
Well,
and now he's back, so yeah.
Like, because I'm a huge fan of like the Amalgam comics and everything like that, and for whatever reason, when I went back and I didn't even realize it was Ben. It wasn't Peter Parker that was in that. It was I completely forgot. But yeah, no, that's the latest one I'm reading, and also, of course,
Mouse. Art
Art
Spiegelman.
Spiegelman's. Yeah, it's
That was
yeah. It was my
award-winning.
birthday present to myself.
Oh, wow, that's a classic. For those who don't know, that's one of the most acclaimed comics of the 20th century.
Yeah, it's one of only 2 Pulitzer winners. So
Yep.
Mr.
That and Watchmen are the
Yeah.
only 2 comics that made the 100 all-time must reading of the literature of Time magazine of the 20th century. They're the only comics that made it.
yeah, I think
Back
it
when that
came out
list
in
actually
Wow.
mentioned.
1990 or 91. I'm not too sure. I know
It was in the something like 80s or somewhere. It was
yeah.
late 80s. I
Maybe,
remember it well. It was huge.
Yeah, but I've been what I've seen so far of it. I've enjoyed it. It was recommended to a mate of mine who's a great comic aficionado, and he just said you've got to read it. You've got to read it. And he's like, don't get it on Comixology. He said find a copy somewhere and get it. And there was a used one on Amazon, and it only cost me $20. So I was just like, you beauty, time to get it.
There you go.
Nice. Barbara, anything on the old school that you want to tell people about that should know and maybe may have not gotten to it?
Your comics wise, I tell you. By the way, and even though I was kidding with you about the Nascenti run, if you are going to read Daredevil, read the Miller stuff. But that Nascenti run is very well liked. I haven't read it in a long time, and now you make me want to go back and read those again because it's just in a Daredevil mode since I've watched the show recently. But aside from that,
yes, that'll do that.
Aside from that, Grant actually gave me an idea. He mentioned the Amalgam comics. If you can find those, I assume you're talking about the '90s ones, right?
Yes.
If you want a fun read, I mean,
with
they've
like
done
Dark
trades of
Four and all that in there as well.
Yeah.
That was
right. What they were, for those who don't know, Marvel and DC did a series where they crossed over, and I don't mean crossovers in Batman and Superman. I mean like Superman and Spider-Man teaming up. In this case, they combined certain characters. Super Patriot is basically Superman and Captain America combined. Dark Claws, Wolverine, and Batman. Challengers of the Fantastic is Challengers of the Unknown and the Fantastic Four. Iron Lantern was Iron Man and Green Lantern, and these were some really good comics. There were some of them weren't all were great, but a lot of them were a lot of fun. They had some pretty good creative teams and stuff. I liked Super Patriot. I liked Iron Lantern.
Was awesome.
Yeah, and just
Dark Claw was good.
Just basic fun.
Even the DC vs Marvel battles when they crossed over, like when Wonder Woman lifted up Thor's hammer and just went, "Oh, it's too much power. I don't want it," sort of thing. It was one of those insane moments. It's like, why would you want to wield so much power?
Right? No, why?
Or when the Joker was confronted Red Skull, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a villain, but I'm American."
That was in Captain America Batman crossover by Byrne.
Yeah, that one.
And that
oh,
was
right. Yeah,
a great
sorry,
one,
that was
by
the
the
other
way.
one. Never mind. Yep, I get my crossovers crossed over.
They're all crossed over. Get them cross the streams there. Yeah, that was actually a good one. I was mad at Byrne at the time, but I read that one. And Batman Captain America is a really good one if you haven't read that.
I can see that though, Clobber. I could see that. I could see Batman and Captain America working very well together.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about it is it's not real spoilery, but you expect the big fight, and you're going, no, we don't want them to fight.
Oh,
and you don't really get much of one. That's kind of cool.
I know what happens at the beginning. That's about it.
That's a good one. There are a lot of fun crossovers. That's that were pretty cool. So yeah.
Oh! By the way, Nick, you said you were giving some symbiote comics to your wife, right?
Yes.
Try Cosmic Carnage. I know it's not that great, but you can get it for really cheap. And actually, it's a really good story for Cletus Cassidy as Cletus Cassidy.
All right. Well, then, cowabunga it is. I need to seek that one out and send it her way. Like, hey, we got this cool thing. You should like check, you should check it out. You just you never know when you know. It's just hey, you might want to check out this book, and if worse comes to worse, you don't get knocked up by it. You just decide for yourself if the book sucks or not. That alone, my friends, that's power. It's what we do, guys. That's all I got to say about that. All right. No, for freaking real though, like The indie market's great. Indiegogo market is great. I don't even know if you want to call indie anymore, because technically, if anyone's underground, it would probably be I'm sorry, not Kickstarter, GoFundMe, because they are straight at the bottom. Even though they do these awesome journeys of trying to be journeymen. I lost my train of thought.
You're talking about GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, and what was I going into with the GoFundMe?
About
Sorry.
indie comics underground.
Yeah, well, the indie comics have been under. Oh, well, yeah. If anything, the CG books or Kickstarter or GoFundMe, those are the actual book, because those are the books that don't really get the coverage, the press, the attention. If anyone's not the center of the political spectrum and favors Dukak's panel over this with this tower included, yeah, I don't want to speak for anyone, but just I don't see why they would go for their own opposition. Why would they contradict themselves? But I said that before, and I'll say it again: they'll do it, even if they don't care.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, I know. I was going on, lost my train of thought, had to come back from it. I yield.
You got there in the end, Nick. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that is very, very, very important. It's just, it's how the cookie crumbles, I once again, I mentioned earlier, Inglorious Rex. That sounds good as fuck. I cannot wait for that book from Shane Davis. I can't wait. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be great. Better check that shit out, or I'll find you. Shut up. I find you.
The best comic ever.
The best comic ever.
I don't say this about many comics, but this comic is one of the best ones.
This is the really this is why people are coming out in record droves to buy this #1, and they're gonna come back for issue #2. Oh man, it's so great seeing that. Man, at times I miss these like those. At times I really do miss these like those where you'd say something people would lose their minds about, even if it was really next to nothing, if not nothing. It's like all you just gotta do is stand there and breathe, and you are the enemy.
Or mention Russian dressing.
Russian? Russian? You think Russian? Russia? Those guys, the Russians. It was the Russians who did it. Oh, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna lay off the politics. Nah, for real. I don't need that shit in my life.
Nick, no, it's not Thursday.
It's not. Yeah, it's not Thursday night throwdown. I got to lay off this stuff, this bullshit. Fuck that shit. Why am I doing this? I gotta keep my voice calm and set for tomorrow. Talking to 2 to 3 hours. And Mrs. Sherry arrives.
Well, hello, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by.
Hey, Sherry.
Appreciate
beautiful
that.
Lady. Beautiful lady. There you go.
Hopefully you are well, and appreciate you joining Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. We're just here kind of chilling out, relaxing, enjoying the good vibes, and talking about the comic book world is all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. So, Clobbering.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir.
What's going on in your world on your channel? Is it just the same old, or what? Obviously, I know you've been putting out the comic spinner videos, which I'm glad you're doing, by the way. Keep that shit up.
Thank you. Same old, but I did add a new show. Now I'm doing 5 a week.
5.
Well,
it's like getting the infinity gems of streaming shows.
I don't know how it happened, but Raquel and Mark D and I have been talking for a while about doing a show together. So on Thursday nights, not too many hours after our Global Geek Gang extravaganzas, I've done 2 so far. Clobby's Clubhouse. So the 3 of us hang out, and we did #2, the second one of those last night. Had a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing that.
Wow.
Nice turnout, decent turnout. So it's great. Yeah. So And other than that, Saturday night Star Trek, Monday night Mark C Comics Talk, and Wild Card Wednesday, where anything can happen. And I got to get you to. I know you hang out with me on the Global Geek Gang there, Nick, and appreciate it. And let's get Grant. You have to come hang out with us one time on the Global Geek Gang, man. We're global.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have you, man. And we got Frankencaster and Pablo are part of the Global Geek Gang as well. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of fun there sometimes, man.
Yes, nice, excellent.
Excellent. So, Clobby, I was thinking that if I'm starting doing a little bit of a Monday show myself, and if I was thinking if that does go well, I might kind of do that as a bit of a Monday show to talk about some movies. And I would like to talk about Tremors at some point.
Dude, I'm in on that one. I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's a great. The first one is one of my favorite all-time films, man.
Con me into, man, please.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Oh, you heard him. Pablo of the Geek
that
Trilogy is in. I don't think I have seen that.
Really? Is that on? Is that first one on Netflix, Frankencaster? I can't remember.
Oh,
I mean that new one is. They got a brand.
There was even a TV
Tremors
series.
5000 or something. Yeah, there was a series for a short time on the Civic Channel.
And they had different kinds of graboids that you didn't see in the movies that were
Didn't
really,
they
really
have
fun.
a flying one?
Yes.
exactly.
it was called the Ass Blaster.
But the first one was lightning.
The ass blaster.
Yes, the first one was lightning in a bottle because that cast is absolutely perfect. And it just again, not saying the other ones are not any good because a lot of people really like them, but that first one is gold, man, and it just love it.
Yeah.
Hey, TZ Canadian and Vistra. So this is the FNT after party. I'm all for it. I mean, not for too long, but yes, we are. We kind of started around a little over 9, but yes, we are the place and panel to be. So thank you for coming in, and I'll also TZ Canadian as well for hanging out with us.
Yeah, they were hilarious tonight. That FNT and this.
That's
Dunnigan. That was. I mean, they were killing me, man. They were great.
That was glorious. It was amazing.
40 minutes, just like
dude.
Oh, good lord, it was hilarious.
It was funny seeing people not understand it and not get it. That was hilarious.
Really?
That was the best part. People were like,
really?
Like, why would they bring these guys on for?
They didn't know that was Kurt Metzger.
Well, see, the thing, because
he had the thing. His head was.
They only ever see him in the Biden mask or the Rocky mask or.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was hilarious, and there's a amount of people who are just like, but why? This just doesn't make any sense. Why have they got this? Oh, they've gone woke. I'm like, no, you just stick around. Like
you're not. How could people not watch that and not get the joke? It's like you don't have to have seen the videos they put out of their little
the way in which they do it, they commit to it so much, and they never break. They never like.
Yeah, they were in character the whole time. They were great.
Oh,
they were brilliant. Where was Az, by the way? He couldn't make it tonight.
No, Az is going through.
He had
is under the weather.
Family issues.
Family issues. Okay.
Yeah, not go into that too much, but
he's taking a little hiatus, and we wish Az all the best. And so
Roll Tide, Killy. Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Frank Gasser, you let me know, brother. I'm all down for that, man. Love it.
Absolutely, I'm down for. I don't see the first one on. I don't see the first one on Netflix anywhere. So,
yeah, Nick, you'd love that one, man. That'd be. Do you think that's Toxic Tuesday material, though, or you just got strictly for action films for those?
Oh,
which one again? Sorry, refresh my memory here.
The first Tremors.
Let me sit on that one. I gotta think about it.
I'm not sure if it's
in it, but I wouldn't call it an action film.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it. I was just questioning out loud when I was trying to think whether it's not really something you would do on your Toxic Tuesday, but you would enjoy the movie.
Oh, absolutely, Sir George. I would eat it up. Obviously, figuratively speaking, I'd eat that shit up.
Let me tell you something that may interest you. There's a guy that lives in a bunker full of weapons. And his worst enemy is a worm.
Bert's
and he was married to Reba McEntire.
In the movie. The guy from
Yeah.
Family Ties. See, back then, dude, that was
I mean,
so unheard of.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
Michael
guy from Family
Gross.
Ties. Oh,
Yeah, because back then he was just known for Family Ties, the nice liberal, like good old little milksop hippie daddy. And this one, he's like the survivalist. He was great.
Conspiracy
he was
theorist.
Yeah, and he was in in the other movies as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like when Bob Saget did stand-up comedy after Full House, and everyone went to it thinking it was going to be this family-friendly sort of stuff, not realizing
He was filthy.
he's a perverted son of a bitch.
Yes. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
Tremors is awesome. It has one of the best foreshadowing moments in it with the freezer and
Yeah,
you know you're
Critical
putting off your
Drinker
own
just hit on
actions.
that in his recent video.
Sorry, who did that?
Critical Drinker just talked about that in his recent video.
Oh,
About the importance of that.
No, I haven't seen that one on Tremors. No.
Oh, really?
Dude.
I didn't see that.
Dude,
So-
yes.
Is it on his main one
To-
or his second channel?
No, on his main channel.
Okay. No, I
So
don't know why I missed that
to
one.
sum it up real quick, Tremors is Jaws in the desert.
Yes.
Yep.
But it's got a lot of humor in it, though. This is not a very serious film, which is really enjoyable. What a great cast, great banter, brilliant script. Rod Underwood, who directed it, also directed City Slickers around that same time. It's great.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, it's going to be the part where I plug in some channels, and I'll let Mr. Grant Gregory be the first one to get the ball rolling on that. So, Grant, what do you got going on in the next few days?
You may have.
He's
No,
mute. Yep.
it's okay.
1 second.
Pablo of Geetrobology and Midnight's Edge Espanol. What do you got coming up in the next few days?
Hey, in the next few days, I'm gonna do a Venom review. Also, I want to do some streaming on my channel. Then, well, you can find me on Midnight's Edge Espanol. Also, I'm trying to appear in more places each day because I have been disconnected too long. Yeah, that will be it. Dun, 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 dun.
Ironcaster.
Of course, I'm Ironcaster. You can find tomorrow. Tomorrow's over on T-shirt Historians is the Weekend Geek. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to be there. D&D might conflict, but T-shirt Historian's a great guy, so definitely check out his channel.
Nice.
And I'm hoping this weekend I could find the time and I could play a little.
Oh my!
Play a little
I enjoy
Metroid.
so much.
And everyone's like so hyped for this game, so it's definitely one that
Ooh.
That's why
I'm gonna be getting into.
I want to buy a Switch only for that, man.
It's a console seller, especially considering they also released a brand new Switch model today at the same time.
Yeah.
And Monday, guys, we're going back into the past.
Oh yeah, I'm going all in.
We're going back to the British invasion of cinema. Hammer horror, Christopher Lee's Dracula. He brought the color, he brought the blood, he made Dracula sexy. And Nick's going to be there too.
Yes, I will be there. It'll be great. And hey, Steve Mitchum.
Steve
Hey,
Mitchum.
everyone. Can't say it, but I want to drop a like and say I have a good stream. Well, we're going to be wrapping up. And
Good to see
Mr.
you, buddy.
Grant Gregory, anything you want to plug in for the next few days?
Coming up next week, I'm starting my very first show. It's called After I Did a Bit of a Poll. It turns out everyone seemed to like. So that just happened. So that's what I'm gonna name it.
Ah.
It's
That's
going to
a good
be
name.
stuff about going on in the week and seeing what's happening. Talk comics, talk movies. Keeping it more on the light side, and just having a bit of fun with it. And want to thank you for letting me jump a part of the stream. I'm trying to insert myself in places I shouldn't be, but that's just what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm enjoying the ride, and and also Ironcaster. I've been working on that other robot head drawing of yours, giving it a bit more texture and making it a little bit more 3D for you.
Oh yeah, because I was sketching a little bit and I was starting to play around with some designs. I wanted to make a little robot design. And let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
I'll pull it up. Oh, there he is. There is Clobbering. Well, Mr. Grant has some information that's being handed down from the Seek via Mr. Hunter. Would you care to talk about your channel, what you got going on in the next few days?
Yes, sir. Well, as every Saturday night, as you know, Saturday Night Star Trek, reviewing all of real Star Trek 66 through 05. We're just getting into the third season of The Next Generation. We're doing all the shows, of course, the real shows. And so that'll be with my wonderful first officer, the amazing, lovely Raquel Briggs. And then 9 p.m. Central. And then Monday night, on Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk, 8 p.m. Central. I'm going to talk about Daredevil, the character we talked a little bit about tonight, and it'll be the pre-Miller years, because for about a 16-year stretch, he wasn't Mr. Sourpuss with all those deep, dark adventures. And of course, I say that tongue-in-cheek because I did love the Miller era, but it was a very different kind of a run and kind of a character, and so it never gets any love. They only think Miller and dark stuff when you think Daredevil these days. So we're going to deep dive on that a little bit. So
nice.
And of course, by the way, Global Geek Gig on Thursdays in the daytime. And Mr. Grant Gregory is welcome to join us. We'll try to get him to join us one of these days for that, because he is global, and we like to get as many global geeks as we can.
That's right. All right, Clawby. Well, thank you. It's been fun. It's been great.
You, buddy.
I guess
And thank you to the Blue Wrenches. You've been killing it tonight.
Yeah, the chat has been absolutely stellar. Oh, I'm gonna zoom Ironcaster again. Yeah.
That was what Grant made up for me.
Nice.
Sorry.
Nice.
Still awesome, nonetheless. Seriously. Nonetheless, still awesome. All right. Well, kids, it's been good. It's been fun. The talk is back. We'll be here for the next several weeks. It's been good. Today I put out the Carcass review on the new album Torn Arteries. I got a few extra shorts coming your way as well. Sunday Culture Review, Culture Casino. And then Wednesday I'll be talking Band of Brothers with Echo Base Network. That's going to be fun as fuck. And, of course, Yelling at Park Cars. And, of course, even more videos in the works. Guys, this has been fun. Friday Night Comic Shop Talk is great. It's back. It's here with a vengeance. And, guys, we're going to do that magical part where we cue the music. Na 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 na.